Hi, my name is Franco Navarro. I work with Heritage Malta Education and Outreach, and I'm also an artist. The technique I will introduce you to now is another Renaissance technique. Well, actually, it was widely used during the Renaissance, but it's really quite older because it was used mainly for manuscript illumination and kept on being used until the 16th century, 17th century maximum, because eventually this tool here, which we call Silverpoint, was replaced by the pencil, the graphite. The Silverpoint as a technique is not present in the Masterpieces at MUZA exhibition. However, the connotation with the technique we are illustrating here and the exhibition is that most of the works at the Masterpieces at MUZA belong to the Renaissance, and just like the velatura, this is a Renaissance technique which was mainly used in that period. However, during the Renaissance, a good number of artists created some astonishing works of art with it. The Silverpoint involves metal tools, like a clutch pencil, but we have a metal tip for it. However, we need to know how to mix a ground because it doesn't work on regular paper. What we need is a mixture of chalk, marble dust, gum arabic, pure pigment, and some watercolor or gouache. This has to be warmed up, stirred properly using a palette knife, and while it's warm, we cover the paper. And the result should be somewhere like something like this, more or less. It has this tint because I added some pure pigment raw umber. It is very important while we do this because here we are dealing with pure pigments and some materials to wear a mask. The binder is the gum arabic, which is the same binder we use for the watercolor and gouache. It is important to have good quality paper. So, for example, here we have a good paper somewhere around 140 GSM, and this other paper you see grounded is somewhere around 350 GSM and even more than that. So paper of high quality will serve you well. The materials needed for this workshop are when the ground is dry, start by drawing as if you are working with an H pencil. Control the pressure in order to avoid scratching the surface. Softly draw over the previous lines in order to darken the tone. Like graphite, grade slowly and use the light color of the ground as a middle tone. The Silverpoint's advantage is that you can work from dark to light by using the tint on your ground. For highlights, you may want to add some white gouache or watercolor. Another option, which I avoided here, use a pointed stylus and gently scratch away some sections of your drawing in order to uncover the ground and obtain a highlight. Make sure not to ruin the paper. A personal suggestion, one can also use different metal objects and create geometrical effects in order to have a contemporary or more modern rendering using an old master's technique. Few contemporary artists work with Silverpoint, so might as well be one of those few. The disadvantages of metal drawing is that it is very unforgiving. Unfortunately, Silverpoint cannot be erased that easily. Thus, a mistake will always be visible. Yet, it can grade down much more than a pencil, which means you can easily mask a mistake. Hard erasers rub off the strength of Metalpoint line, but it will still be visible and it may damage the ground. One can see that in old masters' drawings too.